most of my challenges were the same that I face in Canada, as far as having to plan my day very carefully for how I'm feeling. So that's something that I made sure to do when I was abroad, is keep on a regular schedule and keep doing the activities that I was doing back home anyway. So like I booked myself for massages and yeah, all the healthcare that I normally do. It was important to maintain. Same with like my contacts back home. I made sure to keep in touch with my friends. You know, it's easy to feel isolated when you're first in a brand new place, but yeah.
I feel like challenges. I feel like in Canada, at least for me, I feel like it's really lucky to be an international student in Canada, you know. I have more access to more resources and like more support. But like I feel like the one big challenge is like trying to feel like you belong, you know, because I feel like if you're an international student in Canada, a lot of times you kind of, it's like, yeah, it's like you try to find familiarities within things. So like I feel like I'm doing, at the beginning it was like just because I want to feel more at home. I just stayed with my home state, like who are from China. But now I have like after moving out, like living by myself, it's like to figure out my own way of like feel connected to my culture and to my family. You know, like going to a supermarket in Chinatown, or like buying and cook my own food. You know, I think those are some of the challenges, but those are like not actual life or death challenges. So I don't know. Yeah, more just personal stuff.
I agree with that, because having that sense of belongingness is it's very important. Like I always say to everyone, that's sort of gives us that foundation, right? Wherever you go, you have the inherent need to feel belonged to that community. So that's when you actually fulfill or be satisfied as a human. So having that sense of belongingness in whatever way, it could be anything. I think having connections or having experiences that are similar to what you are looking for. So that is very important. Food, sports, your perspective, experience, yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that really helped me is I took some courses at the University of Alberta before I left, and they were all about cultural learning and integration, and it kind of prepared me for the ups and downs, about how, you know, when you first get there, everything's super exciting and you're really happy, and then you start getting settled and you might start to feel lonely and miss home. So I think that really helped me prepare. And then when I was actually living on my own, yeah, just trying to maintain some sort of normalcy, like, you know, going to my classes as usual, meeting with my friends as usual, and also thinking for myself what my priorities were. Like, did I come here mainly for these classes, or am I all right if I travel a little bit, if that, you know, cuts into some of my studying time? Like, it's all about what you want from there, you know? Because it's a great opportunity, but you only have so much time.
Oh, me, okay. I think navigating the challenge, I feel like a big part for me is just to stay grounded and just to look at people around me, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's always the people that are around you that matters. So I feel like I have to remind myself that just like, oh, you're like, just regardless how you're feeling or what you think you're doing, like if you feel like imposter or not, look at people around you and like see how they behave around you, you know, like just it makes me feel like, okay, this is a part of my life, you know, and that's okay.
Yeah, for me, I had throughout my life I had geographical relocations. That meant I have to leave a part of my previous time and connections, people, especially coming from India to Canada, that just before COVID, that meant a lot of connections being lost gradually and making new connections here. And one thing I really told myself was, it's okay to be not okay, and it's always a good start or a restart. It's okay. It takes time, but you're not alone. Trying to find communities which you can resonate with if you feel exploring, or based on your priority, what the priority is. Having set goals would help, and that would really help you prioritize what needs to be done, what you want to get out of that experience. Especially even for Japan, I told myself I'm going there for conference, definitely making connections, but I also wanted to experience the culture and whatever Japan had to offer in that very limited time, even though that was my priority. So that definitely took a toll on my sleep, but since I set that as a priority, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, I thought like that. So yeah, that set goals definitely helps you when you look back, saying that, oh, I should have done better or done that. But if you set a priority, that definitely helps. And keeping in mind that always your plan may not work as per the plan. So having that level of flexibility, that is important, because otherwise things may not go always according to the plan, short term, long term. So having that flexibility really helps one way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with the mentality of, it's okay not to be okay. Like, yeah, you gotta cut yourself some slack, because it's hard enough to be a student in your own home, but it's even harder to be a student in a completely foreign place for a short period of time. Sometimes you go there and you don't feel like you are making strong connections because you're leaving. So I think it's important to realize that sometimes relationships are there for a reason, and the ones that really matter, you can put in the effort to keep them.
Yeah.
I would say do your research. It's really important to know the culture that you're getting into. I did a lot of research into the language. I had already prepared by taking a couple of German courses before I left, and then I took some more when I was there. So I think that really helped. And doing some research into the people and what they value, making sure that I could respectfully integrate. Yeah.
For me, keeping that open mind of accepting it as an experience, positive or negative, it is going to be an experience, and not having that hard expectations. So having that flexibility in what you are going to experience, embrace it. That's going to be a good life lesson, I think. In general, it's going to help you grow for sure.
I feel like if there's only one advice, I would say find a mentor. You really need one when you need one, and you're always gonna need one. So, and then it could be someone that you just are friend with, or it could be someone you trust or look up to. I feel like I had a lot of mentors in my experience in Canada, and they're the ones that made my experience so great. So, yeah.
How easy was that to find a mentor?
It's pretty easy, actually.
Okay.
It's like, it depends, because first came here, I only know one person, so that person was kind of my mentor. But then you kind of make your own decision, and like, it doesn't have to be like them teaching you something. It could literally be a role model because and at the end of the day, you're your own mentor. Regardless what other people tell you, you kind of make your own decision. So it's really up to you how easy it is. If my mentor is, I don't know, someone that's unapproachable, I feel like it'd be more difficult, but maybe someone approachable would be easier. Yeah.
For that mentor thing, being a mentor or being a mentee, definitely that involves.
Great at being a mentor yet. I'm too. I feel I'm too blunt. I have to get used to give positive feedbacks. I'll call you out if something's going on. So, but like I really appreciate when people don't call me out. So yeah, I guess yeah. What did you say?
I was saying that being a mentor and mentee, that relationship involves a bit of the trust and being vulnerable and telling that. So that's why I was curious how easy was that too, because.
Yeah. So I guess it goes back to the point of like being used to being vulnerable, because you can have more than one mentor as well. Yeah, I think find a good teacher, find a good friend, they could all be great mentors. Yeah. I feel like not limited to sexual orientation. A lot of people have very diverse identities. I feel like just it's really important to make sure you're safe. You know, make sure you're with people that you trust and people that you know that wouldn't put you in dangerous situations, and then only express yourself when you're ready, you know, because you are you and you don't have to prove it to anybody else. And then regardless what you say or what you do, like you said, like you may never meet those people again, so like it doesn't matter, just protect yourself and be happy with who you are. And I know it's so easy to say that.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, just like, yeah. Also find a mentor. Yeah, mentor. Get someone. When you couldn't protect yourself, find someone to protect you. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree though. Like you always have to put your safety first.
Yeah.
Like whether you agree with some of the values of a certain culture or country, like whether you personally agree with them or not, like you have to understand where you are and just always be safe.
Yeah.
I agree that too. Going back in my own country too, whether it is worth it to put you in a risky situation, you always have to assess that, and then always safety first. You have to, you don't have to prove or to anyone that you are something else. It's based on that level of comfort, and you are the best judge of that. So, yeah.
I think one resource that really helped me was my academic advisors. It was really important to me in order to graduate that the credit that I was taking actually transferred to the University of Alberta. So it was really important that I was in constant communication with them. I also actually ended up needing their help to get my visa. So I think it's really important that you start those conversations early.
For me, somebody who been there or experienced that culture in Japan or lived there, talking to them and doing really helped in getting myself prepared in understanding the experience or what I'm going to experience there. So find someone who actually been there, gone through that experience. That would be the biggest, like just for work and life, they will be helpful. Mentor, yeah.
Yeah. Nice one. I feel like, honestly, I feel like the biggest resource you have is your family. You know, even I feel like, especially like I feel like it's a cross-cultural. I feel like Chinese parents my parents are very supportive, and they pay for my school. So. And then you know, like they're always like, you know, like although like sometimes you may think your parents, oh, they don't know what I'm going through, they don't really understand, but like they do, they sort of do, they kind of have to. So it's like you can always kind of know that there's something you can fall back to and find your sense of comfort in that. No matter what happens, you always have your parents and have a home. That's really important. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with like the time difference and everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd be calling my family.
Yeah.
Not a great time for them, but I wanted to talk, so.
Yeah. And they always pick up. That's
Exactly.
the most important part, yeah.
For me, yeah, 12 hours difference for me. So it is different. So.
I think it really helped me gain confidence in myself. It was something that I was a little bit concerned about, especially with a disability. I was a bit worried if I would be able to do it on my own with no resources and support net. But it really proved to me that I could do it, that it was successful, like I had a good time. I think it really helped me grow as a person, putting myself out there, learning in a different environment. Academically, now I'm looking at doing a master's abroad, so it's definitely worth it.
I agree with you. I think building my confidence and also putting me out there as more outgoing and approachable, that definitely was some of the outcomes of being an international student or being in a place where you are not there before. So that's the main aspect. So the increasing confidence of you can do on your own, that is definitely the takeaway. And putting out there on the, especially because this was a conference with researchers across the world coming together, putting you out there kind of helps you, so that was a good opportunity for me.
Yeah, I feel like it's like I feel like also the confidence part, right? You're like, it's less likely to like think. I feel like you can be confident that the community that you build with people around you in a different countries, like most of it is probably up to you, So you don't have to like think that you're relying on something that someone did before, but also you're always relying on things. Wait, let me rephrase that. I feel like it gives you an opportunity to choose your identity more, and then you can build your community, and you can find people that you have like, you can pick to be with people who you want to, and there's less consequence of like not talking to people you don't want to. Yeah. I feel like, it definitely makes me more confident and more self-efficient, and to recognize my own abilities rather than having to always relying on like familiar environments. But other than again, I stayed in Alberta for masters for a reason, just for the support. But you know what, I did a lot already, so I'm gonna cut myself some slack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like give me more freedom for identity.
You could curate your own experience.
Yeah, sort of,
Yeah, and it gives you more freedom to like being on your own with no expectations. Nobody knows you.
Yeah.
You can really do what you want, explore where you want to go, and again with the confidence, you learn to do things by yourself.
Like, I can do my taxes.
Yeah.
Like I don't need my parents.
And even it's shorter or longer experiences, like you did that on your own, that really boosts that confidence, and that gets reflected on a lot of things like life and work. Putting you out there, some new experiences always helps you grow. I think that's my take on that.